So welcome everybody. This is Kata's team. And today we're recording this for those of you that might have missed it. And basically we have ways to make money and become a real estate agent. Or if you're a real estate agent, we have some great techniques to build your business. And there are some laws requiring what you can and can't say to the consumer based if you have your license or not. And so depending on if you don't have your license, you can basically introduce like CADA or any real estate agent, to us. And there's a way for you, because you're helping, for you to get a piece of that commission, and that part is legal, if you will, on the team. And so we call it CADA's team. And one of the things, I don't know if CADA even knew that I was going to talk about today, but I have a way that, and just, breathe in deeply and just start and just allow these thoughts to come in. But I have one of my agents that I coach with, that I mentor, that she did 71 listings last year. And
Wow.
and some of those were, just like lots and different properties, some like 10 lots, whatever. But some were $1 million homes too. But one of my lead programs is called a listing lead program, and it's a way to get listings. And the most effective way to build your business in real estate is to identify, we call it farming, and identify a market, a community, a neighborhood that you want to start doing business in. And one of the, for those that are a little bit more aggressive, it's just, you just start knocking on these doors and you start talking to them about their dream home, living in their dream home, whatever. But here's an easy one that anybody can do. So if you don't have your license, again, the point would be to, like get with CADA or whoever, and but probably CADA for most of you watching this would be to get with CADA. And then you need to give the consumer off to CADA, and then CADA can, again, pay you a piece of the commission. But what she does, and I actually talked about it with her yesterday just to make sure she was clear on what to do. And this is, again, this lady had more listings in the top 1% of agents last year. And what she does is she looks for open houses. And she starts out, she identifies the neighborhood, so you could identify the neighborhood, and then look for any for sale homes. And so most of us are in Dallas, but just in the last 5 days, there were 250 listings. There's lots of business. Okay, that's just in 5 days. So every month, multiply that by 6. That you have literally thousands in the DFW area of listings, and that's true everywhere. And I know, like Suzanne, you're in Vegas, and that there's plenty of business. And what we can't do is listen to, what the world is saying and the news about, oh, interest rates are high and things are slow and inflation and recession, whatever. None of that impacts your experience unless you allow it. And so you want to make sure that you're thinking about, what you want. This is the inside job. It doesn't matter what's happening in the outside world. If you're saying things like, and I would write this down, I want to increase my business. Oh, there you are, Kata. You lost your phone, huh? She must have lost her phone. I think, or let's see. Is is Reggie? Well, I don't know. I can't see there. But anyways, we'll continue going. So to be able to say, um, to be thinking about what you want. So I want to grow my business. You don't have to worry about the how. God will do that if you'll just say, hey, I want to grow my business. I have 3 agents I'm working with in Colorado right now, and I have a contest with them, and I'm going to give them $500 for whoever can, from this moment on, from actually last night through the end of April, to have a closing. And most people would say, you can't have a closing. It's going to take, 90 days, a sales cycle or whatever. Well, with with a cash buyer, you can get that. But you have to ask for it. If you don't ask for it, God can't give it to you because you have the freedom to be able to ask. And so, what are you asking for? So, I want cash buyers. I want to have referrals. And this idea about the listing program that go into a neighborhood. So this could be an agent or not an agent. Again, if you're not an agent, you need to hand it off to, probably that you want to hand it off to CADA. That, but here's what you do: you look for listings, you call the real estate agent, and you say, "Hey, I'd be happy to do an open house for you." And so you do an open house for them. And again, the agent, you would have to be a licensed agent to be in that house, but of course you could, help with that and be with an agent. As long as you're with an agent, then you could do that. But and let's say that agent says that has the house listed, oh, I'm going to already have I'm going to have an open house, and I'm going to have it, in the next couple of days, whatever, this weekend. You say, great, give me your flyer and I'll hand it out. And so what you do is either way, get an open house in your market and go to doors. And this is, again, how to get 70. If you want 71 listings, if you want more money than you ever imagined you could ever have, this is how to do it. And then you go and you knock on their door and you say, hey, I wanted to let you know that, we're going to have an open house next weekend and wanted to invite you to that. And then just start talking to them. Like, how is your house? You like it? Do you like your house? Did you know most people don't live in their dream home? That it might have been their dream home, but not anymore. The world has changed. They've changed. They maybe want to right size, go into a smaller home, whatever, or a bigger home if they're having kids, or they want to move, or they want a window in the kitchen. I mean, there's a million reasons why people aren't in their dream home. And so again, identifying a neighborhood and then looking for listings. And so it doesn't have to be your listings. Most of you aren't agents, so it wouldn't be your listing. But go to that agent and say, hey, I'd like to have an open an open house. And I have an agent, me and my agent, would have that open house. Now, hearing that, what are your thoughts about that?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Kata.
Hey, I'm on this Reggie, but I'm on here. Okay.
I was gonna say in my experience doing those open houses even though I'm not right now a licensed realtor working in real estate management, I've been able to assist by because I was also the association manager, going to those sales offices and then setting up the open houses for developing communities, because I work alongside a lot of communities that weren't yet developed. So we put on huge open houses, so bounce houses for the kids and water slides and all this stuff, and then get them to be able to close. We closed out phase 1 within that day, and it has 4 phases to it. And of course, that meeting, because they were going to add apartments inside the community, and the homeowners didn't want it, but all things work for the greater good. So if I was a realtor, I would have made a killing.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So open houses are the way to do it. And again, it doesn't have to be your listing. It helps the agent in order to do it. If you do an open house, you have to be a licensed agent. But again, this is where Kata could help. And Kata, welcome. And what's going on, girl?
Hey, I have Suzanne on here. I'm glad everybody's here today. And I was having trouble, so I had to get on Reggie's because my phone for some reason wasn't connecting. But
Yeah.
I wanted everybody, Suzanne's on here. She's in Vegas. She's part of our team, but I
She's
wanted her
on.
to share. Did she share yet? Suzanne,
No,
did you
she didn't
share?
share. She's on though.
Okay. Yeah, but I want her to share how she got 3 listings from just doing a TikTok on a new house. So Suzanne, could you share that?
Absolutely. First, before I do that, thank you, Dr. Hank, for just being on the call today and sharing with us about the open house. And I do have a story about a quick open house. And the open house I did last week, we were getting a lot of attraction for the open house. And so what we did, we hired a taco truck to give out food in the neighborhood and a beer tap truck. I don't know how they did that, but they showed up and it brought a lot of content, not a lot of content, but a lot of people to come out to see how we actually do an open house on a higher level. Because we, as agents now, we have to give them more because they're going to have to pay us in July, but that's another story. But thank you again for that, Ms. Dr. Hank. And so one of the things I wanted to share with you, I've had a lot of success in new builds. And it's I had a gift of a gentleman who came by and he said, listen, I got all these leads from TikTok. I can't even call them. He lost over 3,000 leads because he just didn't have the time to call. But I had that time to call. So I called those leads. And in 1 month, last month, I had 3 sales that closed all at once. And it's all because of what TikTok brings to the surface. And so the first thing I do for people who are out there just getting started for the first time, I highly recommend you go to a new build. When you go to the new build, the first thing you want to do is just introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm Suzanne Madison. I'm with the Cater team. And today I'm here to build a relationship with you. I don't want this to be a one-time thing. So I exchange card with them. And so they have a name with the face. And the next thing that I do is I basically tell them what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be videotaping your models today. And I need a copy of the flyer because it changes. So you got to get a new copy each time you get there. And then after I get the copy of the flyer, I ask the builder, what type of incentives do you have for my buyers? Should they use your lender? Because I'm going to still try and get my lender to compete with them to give them a better deal, which always happens. The other thing I do is I do a quick, do you have a list of quick? I do ask them, do they have a list of quick move-ins? Because sometimes you have people moving out of town, they need to move in quickly. So I have that information ready too. So when I use TikTok, I start off with 15 seconds. I didn't think I could do 15 seconds, but I could. But I recommend you start off with 15 seconds or 60 seconds works better for me. So when you're doing a TikTok, I have to give you guys more of a visual later because this is impromptu. I'm just going out for what worked for me. And so the first thing I do when I use the TikTok, you know how you have pressed the little button, it says 15 seconds, 60 seconds. I press the button and I'll
That's
scan the
not
house.
on iPhone, though. That's not on iPhone. No,
it doesn't matter. You could use a video then. So if you're going to use the video, just your regular video, you just stop and go. And that's how I do it. And so if you have an iPhone, it's better. But if you don't, then you just have to stop and go. So the first thing I do is I scan the house because you have to give people what they want. If you tell them you're going to eat a steak, it's better be juicy. You got to tell them how delicious it is, the seasoning, everything. Same with the house. The house is like doing HGTV. So people are behind you watching it as if they're your clients. They don't know your clients are with you. So what I do is I scan the house first because I got to give them what they want. They want to see the house. They don't want to see me. So I scan the house for 5 seconds. After I scan the house, I say, this new build, I love this new build. And there's 5 things I love about it. So I got to deliver 5 things so they never watch me again. So I tell them I like that it's a new build. I like that it's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, over 2,000 square feet. It has a huge living area. All the family, you got to just put the people in there. All your families can fit in one room, et cetera, et cetera. And then what really important, before you go inside, sorry. So before you go inside that house, you have to open the door as if they're right behind your shoulder. Because if you don't open the door, you just pop in the house, they don't get experience of going into the house that they could think could have been theirs. So you make sure you open door with your hands. If you follow my video, you'll see that you're actually with me as I'm going through these homes. And I got, like I said, I only got 60 seconds. And the most important thing is don't have any silence on your phone. Don't go up the stairs with them. You show them the stairs, you tell them it's all the way up, or it's a 2-story. And then you go to the top of the stairs and you tell them what's up there. And you only do like 2 or 3 seconds of this. You got to do it really slow because they're following you as if they're right behind you. The most important thing is also do not give them the price until the very end. And you always say under. This home is under 300,000 square feet. This home is in, you don't give them the exact community. Home is in Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth community. They're gonna call you. You always have to leave a call to action at the end of every video. You must say, for more information, you need to have representation. Do not go in here alone. Give me a chance to help you work through the kinks or from A to B, because I'm an expert. So you just make sure that you don't talk about yourself, you just talk about the home and where they can find you. And finally, if you really want to be successful in doing TikTok videos, find somebody on TikTok, copy them, copy their music, copy everything they say, copy their clothes, copy their hair, and I promise you, if they get 1 million hits, and so will you. And that's my TikTok story of the day.
All right.
Thank you.
Love
Back to
it.
you, Dr. Hick.
Suzanne.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That's good.
Unfortunately, I have another appointment. I'm going to be driving, so I probably won't stay on, but I would like to have a copy of this video, not for myself, but for whatever else I might be missing. So
Okay,
thank you again for the time, and hopefully that helped many of you out there who are looking at it for the very first time.
that's great, Suzanne. Thank you so much for your love and your
Thank you.
Cheerio for now.
leadership and your
My pleasure.
attitude.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And so
Cheerio for now.
Maya's still here. And so Maya, I'm gonna share, she just shared with me earlier this week. She said, Kate, I wanna get my real estate license. I wanna be on your team. And as you can see, Dr. Hank and Nell knows her, she's the NFL alumni cheerleader representation. And knowing that, I wanted her to start, we had a couple other people supposed to be on, but they have full jobs. I guess they couldn't get on at this time, but who's here needs to be here. And of course, Mel, but wanting to get Maya started right away. She already does TikTok. She's actually already did a meeting with Mel and I to help us do TikTok, but she's familiar with it. And I'm just excited to be working with her with this capacity. Dr. Hank, I told her you were awesome. And just being able to launch this with meaning, and just having.
Yeah. And so you just went out there, but Maya, I can give you the memory supercharger if you would want, and that way when you're studying that, it'll help you to really retain that information. I know already you have a good memory, but it's just, a little bit more spice to it. If you will.
Ask you a question. Having been in real estate management for the past 22 years, does any of that translate over into my real estate side or no?
Well, it does as far as dealing with people and things, but as far as the exam has nothing to do with it. In fact,
No, okay.
yeah, in fact, the training for real estate really has nothing to do with being a real estate agent per se. What it is more about the legalities of it and, what you have to do, et cetera. And then there's a federal exam and then a state exam taken at the same time. And then what you want to imagine and visualize is because when you're done with the exam, it's going to either say pass or fail. So you want to see pass. And if you just think about that and just go and breathing in deeply and say, I loved when I take this exam, I love getting pass. And again, I just helped somebody, last Saturday pass their real estate exam. And it was because of just these little different ways of doing it. Most people are nervous, and I hope I don't, flunk it. And then you're asking to flunk it, It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to be great, and get all the answers. And now, Kata, are you back again? I don't know if we can hear you or not, but Maya, do you have anything to add to the TikTok that might be helpful for us as far as,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm Team Android. Everything I do is never fail on an Android.
yeah.
I have to I own a dance performing arts company, and my students, they battle me on having iPhones and I take better pictures. I say, yeah, but mine is a 4-way camera. There's a difference, sweetheart. You're paying for a label. But TikTok, has been I've never been really a social media person per se. And my
Yeah.
kids got me into Facebook in 2010. And then somebody else was like, well, you can use that for your business. And I got on Instagram. Then,
Yeah.
of course, now, they're vying to try to ban TikTok to get it to go away. And like she said, right now, it's a great tool. And of course, there's political and there's housing. I watch housing.
Yeah.
And primarily housing in out of the country that I look at most in Africa, because their houses are way cheaper and they look way better. But in the States, I work with a lot of developers and stuff. So yeah, it is good. Either whether my kids make fun of me, I take pictures. I'm not that great at doing live videos unless, like for my students, it's a live performance. So I can snip it and put that on there. But I take a lot of pictures of things and then adding that text to the cover of it. So right now I just did a website for a new apartment community that is in Africa. It's in Ghana. So I had to do the whole thing in French. And then I run their social media platforms. And so I have the people there who were building on the community to take some video. And of course, they don't quite understand you can't shake the camera.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see you in the mirror, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I had them just take still shots of like the exterior, the living room, the basic general gathering rooms. And then I combine those photos because on TikTok, you're able to arrange those photos in any order you want. So like she said, you want people to be able to start from the front door out.
Yeah.
You align it that way. And then I told Kata, now they're you want to use things that are going to capture people's attentions. Hashtags are just a must.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that the hard way. And, even been on the board for the NFL, I have to hashtag everything. And then that brought my views up because people who follow that hashtag are looking.
Yeah.
So
can you get into some detail on that for real estate? And I know Kata and Suzanne had worked this a little, but what are some of the best hashtags? And again, it's pound hashtag and then a
the
word
best
or whatever.
Hashtag is go ahead and put up your basic ones first. Basic ones will be house for sale or house for rent, realtor sale, realtor open house. Name things that are predominantly for that house. So let's just say this particular house sits right here in Frisco where Kata and I are. I'm not going to mention Dallas, but I'll put DFW area. And then I'll put Frisco, Texas, because people who love Frisco are following everything Frisco. And of course, I will go to they do have a Welcome to Frisco committee here. And I'll go to them and I'll ask them, hey, what are some hashtags that you all use? And I'll take those and attach that to my video. Because that means everybody that they talk to are going to follow that on their social media. And the plus side about social media is they pull everybody within a demographic area to where you say you are.
Yeah.
So that helps a whole lot. But anything like open house, decrease in price, within your budget, things that have to do with their credit, even if the video is not talking about their budget or their credit, you want to hashtag it because it brings the consumer to your video.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they may reach out to you and say, okay, I got this question about my credit, or how much do I need to think about putting down? Everything that has to do with selling a house needs to be a hashtag. And normally on social media platforms, you can put up to 30 hashtags under one video.
Yeah.
And for me,
yeah.
I save all my hashtags.
Right.
Way it's on my clipboard. So no matter if I post a picture, I always say post multiple pictures and make it a video. They do have it where you can post pictures and people have to slide to see the pictures.
Yeah.
I found that does not work. Everything that has music and hashtags, people click on. It has to be moving and it has to be captivating. And so, like lately, TikTok has taken all of the most popular songs and removed them from people's TikToks that they've been doing. And you like, but it was Janet Jackson. Like, why are we canceling out, the Janet Jackson song? Well, ideally, they're snatching a lot of things down from their platform. Me right now, I'm trying to obtain my licensing so that I can use whatever music I want to. But they do have now, if you type in the search box, because it is once you upload everything, there's a box at the top that says add sound. And when you hit add sound, all the most popular songs that are right now on TikTok show up at the bottom. And you just go through and hit play, and it'll play it against your video. And you see, okay, by the time it gets to the bedroom, it says this. That's perfect. Or, yeah, I don't want them to say that once it gets to the bedroom. So I would say it's best when you add song to type in the word instrumental. And you can do instrumental R&B, instrumental hip hop, instrumental classical, whatever tone you want that house to have during that time, that's the tone you want to go for. So like for my African houses, I did instrumental African music. And so those different things that pop in, I don't need anybody to sing. And people were constantly, so now that building is almost completely occupied and it's not even finished yet.
Man, that's great. I just love that. And a couple other ones that Kate and I have been kind of working on, but just even more general, like pound viral or hashtag viral, because people are looking for a viral video, and then again get them down.
And sometimes it's your face, Hank. And I would tell you, like me, I had to learn a hard lesson. I told Kate, I even played that game with myself. I learned I'm the face of whatever it is I do, because I can put up things about my kids and I'll get 3 views or I get 12 views. But as soon as I change my profile picture, I get 300 likes within 30 minutes. So I said, okay, it's this space that's selling Starfire Productions. That's my company. Yeah. So I learned, for me, I would be that spokesperson, whether it's my voice on the video that you hear, because you can also change the voices to be a male or female or cartoon or whatever on these videos. And you can use your own video. And if you don't prefer to be in the house, that's fine. Make sure it has your voice. But like me, I probably will go in and show me standing next to the salesperson who's going to tell you about this house rather than me, but to show you how we work hand in hand together on that video. It just kind of helps. I don't mind doing cartwheels. If somebody gonna leave me a check, that's fine.
That's great. Well, thank you.
I'm about to be 48 years old and I would still do it.
Well, and rephrase that to 40 years young.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Young. Yeah, girl. Good. Yeah, you're looking good. And to you, Maya, and anybody else, but I'd like you to write down my cell, and because I want to give you my assessment. It will help you to better understand other people and connect more meaningfully with people. And my cell number is 214 753 7204. So again, 214 753-7204, and just leave your name on it and say, I want the assessment. It's a $300 assessment that I'm giving you for free. I use it with real estate agents. I used to use it when I was helping Fortune 100 companies, and I do IBM, whatever, but it's really good information to be able to connect more meaningfully with people. It'll also pick up any stress that you might be having that I can help you, reduce your stress. And I have a video about it. And so anyways, it's a good way to, just help you. But I love on that TikTok, and thank you for your expertise on that.
Oh yeah, and I mean it works better if you have a TikTok. I would say that put TikTok in front of Facebook and Instagram. Right now, my kids say Facebook is for old people, so I guess they consider me old. I guess, so I learned that whatever video I have on TikTok, it automatically. Well, I know on an Android, I don't know about iPhones, but once you post the video, make sure it's a video. It'll automatically, once you post it, it'll automatically save to your phone.
Yeah.
So you take that video with whatever music it is, and you can actually place that same video and just do the same hashtags and writing on your Instagram, copy paste, go to your Facebook page and put it on there, because the people who have the money are on Facebook. So you and put the same thing.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's great. I love it. Yeah, you got this down. That's for sure. One thing I heard yesterday too from this top listing agent that I coach with, that she said what she does is she'll do like a minute video, but then she does it on fast forward 2 times faster. And what happens is, because it's going faster, people want to then see it again because they missed something. And that does something with the algorithm that, people are watching this several times. So
your views tell you how many times somebody actually clicked on that video and watched it. So she's doing the right thing to speed it up, because I've even done that. I'm watching the video and I'm going, wait a minute, what was the website again? So watch it again and write it down in parts, but I'm going back.
So there you go. That's a great tip for us to, have there. And just have fun with this, and just know it's getting better and better. And the most effective way is to be face to face with people. And that's this whole idea about open houses, and even if it's not your open house, see the agent, and the agent will want you to do an open house. It gets them to sell the house, fast.
Exactly. I'm from Mississippi. We don't meet strangers, so you do have to get out there and actually shake a hand, and it's like, well, what's going on with the dog? I don't even care. But talking about buying this house, I said I could sell a car with no engine in it. So the only thing, Suzanne, like I haven't found it myself, where I told Cato was taking me so long to say I want to get a real estate license is, even though the platform that I serve on, and I have so many people around me in this industry between the NBA and the NFL, is not as moving as it seems. So you still have to, and I serve as the president for the cheerleader chapter here too. It's a matter of, how can I push this agenda onto these people and have them think about it in that way? And that can be tough too, but I will tell you, since you're here locally, that is a plus. So when we have our next big quarterly meeting, which, everybody comes, our Hall of Famers, our players, our alumni cheerleaders, everybody, I can bring Kata and y'all out, and you can sit and talk to them. You'll have a 45-minute limit, but you can bring things to pass out to all of them. And if there's anything else, I told Kata, like, y'all can email me at my NFL email. And whenever we have e-blast, we have a lot of realtors lately, which has been weird, because that's just now started popping up. Realtors asking if they can talk to the players about investing in some properties, and whether or not they can show up to our meetings and do this and do that. So when I text you, I'll send you my NFL email as well.
Yeah,
And
right.
and I would tell you, Susan, out there in Vegas, Vincent, I can't say his last name. He sits on the board out there. He does the same thing I do on this board, and I met
Oh.
him during Super Bowl. He's amazing.
Wow.
But he's a good person to know out there in Las Vegas.
Awesome.
Ooh, say his name. Say his name.
I have to get your phone number and I can text you his name and number. Just call him. And if you can get something as big as the NFL to back you, you'll have a plethora of things going on. Especially if you host anything on your own or something like that, they'll be very supportive, because our ideal and what I do on the board is to put the NFL out there into the community.
Well,
And if we can connect the community, that part's easy, because all I have to do is not talk to him, but his wife.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I think Kata can kind of hook all of us up to each other. And
Yes,
so Suzanne,
yes.
you know, you want to
Mhm.
know Maya to, you know, get the
Yeah.
contact information out
Yes.
in Vegas, and
Yeah,
because Vegas is a hopping place too, you know.
it is. It's cold in February though.
Yeah.
I was out there for Super Bowl, and I said I'd never been to Vegas when it was cold, but that's
I
real nice
know.
cold out there. Oh my
I
God.
know. I know. I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I can't believe it's so cold. That's great.
It can get to 122 degrees if you
But
like.
I like
Right,
122
right.
degrees. That's why I go visit my friend in Arizona. I'm all about the heat. I can't do cold.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Kata, did you have anything else that you wanted to share with us?
Yes, I just want to first say thank you all for showing up. And this is part of my dream, is to have a dream team of people with like-minded, and believe me, what Dr. Hank is offering, you know, when I told him I wanted to build, he said, let's do it. And so, you know, for us to be on the cutting edge of creativity and how we can come together and make this happen. So I'm looking forward. Dr. Hank's going to be with us on a call at least once a month.
Yeah.
And so, but the strategy, like we want to be able to set forth. So, and you know, same thing in Vegas. It doesn't matter. We just want to be able to get these new homes, get these people in dream homes, get the investors going, and to be able to have multiple sales in a month. You know, that's the overall goal, to have multiple sales within a month. I appreciate everybody sharing their wisdom, because everybody's so gifted in different areas. And then when you meet the rest of the team, it's like, oh my goodness, you know, just to be able to. So I'm really excited, and we just want to, you know, start the closing start that going, and everybody feeling comfortable. And I love everybody have different aspects of what they've done and what works and what doesn't work. And when we do that, then we definitely have the dream.
Yeah, the dream team, you bet. And just to, you know, kind of clarify, because of other things that we're doing, that you know that Kata has a way to, with signs out there, and not being a real estate agent yet, to be able to pay for your real estate license. So we have a bunch of programs, incentives, to where we all win. You know, everybody's making money, if you will, whether you're an agent or not. The other thing,
Signing up. I'm signing up.
Yeah, there you go, girl.
Let's go get it.
Yeah. And just so I think Kata and I, you know, about this, and that, you know, we'll share all the good news. The other thought that came to me, and again, it can impact all of us. Maya, you were talking about like new home builders, and we actually have a new home builder program. And it's a leads program where we basically go in and build this relationship. And I like the way you position that, you know, my first thing is that I'm here to build, you know, a relationship. And Suzanne was saying that on, you know, we want to build a relationship, that that this is where we would give like a discount. We'd free upgrades to the buyer, and upgrades are a high margin item for the builders, so they like that. And where that money would come from is just a portion of our commissions. And so we could give $3,000, you know, you're going to make 10, 15 grand on this, whatever. But if you're part of the partnership and you're giving away, you know, like $3,000 for them, or you're helping them to follow up on the leads, because some of these builders will get a couple hundred people during the weekend, and Monday they're supposed to call them back, that we'd be happy to do that. So you're almost like a free employee anyways. It's a way that I've had agents for the last 10 years make over 300 grand just with one new home builder, who then move after they built that out, moved to the next place.
Next
They were
community.
just partners, you know, in that. And so it's
I
really
made some friends along the way, so I can't wait.
yeah. Well, we have all kinds of goodies for you. And, you know, in fact, you know, one of my books is called Your Real Estate Success, Your GPS to Success. And it's 5 steps for real estate agents to prosperity, and includes those lead programs, but that's just one step, is lead programs and mindset and a bunch of other things. So just know there's everything that you would want in order to be successful in real estate. It's all a matter of, you know, each one of us determining, okay, what's the next step? You know, do I need to get my license? You know, do I need to earn some money doing this, because we have a way to earn money, you know, doing this, that, and so just, you know, and then ask us, you know, if you need to know the next step, we can talk to you and have that figured out. So Kata, anything else on your end? I think we lost her. So
Yeah, no.
So
I
with
think
that,
it's cool that you know Kata. Everybody that knows Kata, you can have anything you want.
there you go. There you go. And so any other thoughts, comments before we leave?
No,
No, I
this
just want
was
to say thank you, Myra,
Okay.
for Myra, can you hear me? I don't know.
yeah, I
Okay,
hear
thank you so much thank you, sweetheart, for expressing that we do need to get those hashtags. I always copy the most famous people hashtags. And then the other thing that really struck me is that sometimes I don't like to use my face. I do it at the very end of my video so they can remember who they're talking to. But thank you for encouraging me to do that even more and stronger. Dr. Hanks, thank you again.
Once they fall in love with you, your face is not necessarily an object anymore. It's just because they know who you are, if that makes any sense. And I would tell you on those hashtags too, try to put at least 30 that are specific to that area. So you may end up changing it depending on which area of town you're on. So you may want to make sure you change the city. But on TikTok, another thing I forgot to bring up, when you hit that hashtag and let's say you put real estate, it tells you how many times that hashtag has been used. And some of them have been used over 1 billion times or 1 million times. So you want to choose that one because that's the one everybody's following, if that makes any sense. And sometimes you end up creating your own and it'll say add a hashtag. And then you'll start to see how often you use it. And then other people will start to use it because they start following it.
Wow.
So it helps out on choosing which hashtags to use.
Perfect. Well, there you go. So we're TikTok experts now, and real estate agent experts, and new home builder experts, and open house experts, and so you know, and it's all a matter of just get inspired now on whatever your next step is from what you heard, and then you know, we're here to help you. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. I love you
so
all.
much. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.